What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys. Today I have a review of the SHMA Gigan 1972 from the movie Godzilla vs. Gigan, or Godzilla on a Monster Island, which really made no sense because he left Monster Island pretty quick in that movie. Gigan in 1972 joins the SH Monster Arts line on Gigan's 50th birthday. And that is very, very cool. Even though the Gigan's 50th birthday was last year and not this year, but that's alright, we got the figure this year. It happens, right? This is how they do things. But you know, still part of Gigan's 50th birthday, so whatevs. Cool box, as we've seen before. Very, very nicely done. I like it. I do. I got mine from my good pals at Muteki Sales. Please check the link down below to buy stuff from them because I highly recommend it. Why shouldn't you listen to me? I know what I'm talking about. But this is a cool box, you know. I like the magenta. You know, you guys know I like the magenta. So that looks very good. Yeah, I like this box. It's a cool box, but we're not here for the box, right? We're here for the figure inside. I like Gigan. I feel I'm oversaturated with little Gigan, to tell you the truth. He's become a little bit overplayed over the years, in my opinion. But, hey, you know, that's neither here nor there because I'm still going to review a figure that I can tell you right now I think is pretty cool. So, without any further ado, let's get to the review. And here is Gigan out of the package, and it is pretty awesome. I have to tell you, I had been a little bit afraid of getting this out of the box. Obviously, I didn't go with the Japanese pre-order. I believe it was a P Bandai exclusive. So I waited to get it. And then even after I finally picked it up at Kaiju Brooklyn from Muteki Sales, I just waited to open it for a while. I don't know. I was just not looking forward to it. I had heard some bad things. But then when I finally did open it, I'm like, I don't get it. I hadn't really looked up what the bad things were, to be honest, but I just wasn't feeling like being disappointed, and I'm not, because it is quite awesome. It is a big figure, and when I saw this guy on display at NYCC, NYCC, I was quite impressed with the way it looked and the size of it, and the size of the upcoming Godzilla 72 to go with this Gigan. Yeah, it's very, very cool. It's awesome. It's got some, you know, SH Monster Arts quirks. That, you know, unfortunately we're used to. The tip of the tail, for me, pops off. You know, you move it in the wrong direction, you look at it wrong, and it'll pop off. So, like, maybe somewhere around this joint. So I'm gonna try not to do that too much. We'll work around that. But it is pretty awesome. A couple of things to note right off the bat. Let's talk about the perceived problem. And it's not perceived because, unfortunately, you know, from what I've read, at least one person had this problem where they broke one of the wings because the joints are translucent. Now, or clear, right? I'm not really concerned about that as much. I feel like folks do not realize how many clear joints there are in the toys that they have. There are figures that are completely clear and that are painted over in this line. As though, to me, it's not the biggest of deals. And a lot of that could be, and in my experience, I'm just going to say this, I don't think I've ever had a problem with a clear joint. And I've dealt with a lot of figures in my life, guys. So to me, it's you know, an incident that happened and it's unfortunate, but I feel like sometimes as a community, we tend to focus too much on a problem or two that we see, and then we attribute it to an entire line instead of thinking rationally, like going back and think about your own figures and what you have and how that works. So, you know, maybe a lot of folks have a lot of problems with clear joints. I have not, so I can only speak from my experience. And that's really, you know, my motto. I speak from my experience because the internet is overblown, guys. Especially when you consider the internet and the vocal amount of people compared to the amount of figures that are produced in one production line. Moving along, another thing I want to talk about is on the box. On the box. Did I mention this in the opening? I don't know. Well, let's bring the box back. On the box. Oh, come on. On the box, right here, it is motioning that the buzzsaw is supposed to be moving, and that actually is what it says on the box. Now, I didn't get any directions in here, so that was weird. Or I just misplaced them, I don't know. But yeah, the buzzsaw does not move. That would have been a cool little feature if it just moved back and forth, and maybe it needs to be heated up and then moves back and forth. But from what I've seen, and I've checked a couple of friends' reviews, this doesn't move. But that, my friends, tells you it does. So that is odd. The buzzsaw moves. I heated it up, guys. It does move. Just stuck. Goes up and it goes down. Check it out. Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm telling you, it moves. I moved it. There. Look at that. It shifts up and down. See that? And you, I might need to heat it up even more. Here we go. Telling you, it's gonna move. See? Up, going up, and it gets stuck. And down. You see? Did you see the shift? Let's try again. There, look, it moves up and down, up and down. So that's a cool little gimmick. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere, but it moves up and down. See that? Buzzsaw action is indeed a thing here. Oh man, I saw that and I was just like, man, this doesn't move. And then I watched a couple of videos and nobody was talking about it. So buzzsaw. It moves, and that is cool. And you know what? Let me keep this here right now to say this. You know, like, I know folks go completely bananas about this. This figure does not come with accessories. That's a cool gimmick, though, and that's the only gimmick I need, because the I-beam I know folks want, he doesn't shoot it in the movie. This is not a thing that happens in the movie. Therefore, because this is a Gigan 1972 from Godzilla vs. Gigan, he absolutely should not come with a beam. But he does come with the moving buzzsaw. That is awesome. And since the buzzsaw was a sort of articulation, why don't we do that next? These things, little pincers, move outwards. The mouth opens. The tongue does move a bit. You really got to get in there with like something to move it. My tongue is, you know, a little bit to the side right now, but it does move. He does have like that middle row of teeth there, so it probably moves like that for a reason, you know, and you can't close his mouth completely well on that because of it, but that's fine. Head moves like so, neck moves like so, it's the joints there, that moves. Obviously you don't get anything else here, but you do get the buzzsaw. Then you have shoulder movement, which is cool, works well. The elbow could be better. Like, it's a double joint, but the way they made the covering, it covers that upper part a bit too much. And yeah, it's just too much covering. You kind of lose the top part of the joint, unfortunately. It is a double joint, but you lose it. So, and of course you can swivel that and whatever. And you can swivel the top part as well. So, you know, it is what it is. It's not the biggest of deals, but, you know, it could have been better. Legs move out like that. A little squeaky on that side. A little squeaky on this side. But not so bad. It's not, like, tight. This is a floating piece. It's not really an articulation piece. But, you know, it could come out a little bit. And it could move up and down a tad. Then the knees are a double joint. Again, it's covered and it kind of blocks a little bit. But better than the elbows. And then the ankle, you could rock it. You could go back and forth a bit. Now, wings, fins, sails, whatever you want to call them. I always call them wings, guys. You know, they move outwards. They do come out a little bit. there's that, you know, scary joint. It is a thin joint, I'll give folks that, so do be careful either way. That can go up and down in there on the outer ones. So, you know, so to better, you know, maneuver. I have no problem maneuvering them in and out, so that's good. And then when you take them out, pull them out a little bit, you know, the wings obviously can come out further. It's cool. It's cool, it's cool. And then, you know, you can just pop them back in. But let's not completely pop them back in because we want to check out the tail. The middle one, it moves a bit, you know. Not going to do much. Oh, there goes my tail. I hit into it. But yeah, so as you can see, at this joint, you know, which, I don't, is it the final joint? That I didn't check. Let's check this. Nope, there's another joint inside. So at the second to final joint is where I'm experiencing, you know, that classic SH MONSTERARTS popping out. You know, that good old popping out that, you know, we love it here. We love it. We don't love it, but you know what? Let me keep that down for now. So you get one joint there. The rest of the tail works really well. Of course, it's a SH MONSTERARTS, and there's a bazillion ball joints, and it always feels really nice. So you are hindered by this going upwards a bit, but you can go in between the sails a bit if you move them out. So that's cool. You know, just spread them out a little bit, and you can go up a little bit and up that way. You know, Gigan to me isn't really known too much for the tail movement, so it's fine. You know, it's fine. I think the articulation is pretty good. I mean, you can't have articulation here, especially with this here. You can't break up that sculpt. But you do get the articulation in the buzzsaw a tad, which is cool. And taking a look at this guy in full, it is awesome. I love it. The head sculpt is phenomenal. I love his eyes. There is a translucent plastic there, so you can see the inner workings. It's very nice, clear plastic, I would guess. And then you see the red underneath, and you see like sculpt work in there as well. It's really, really nice. Beak looks good. There's a nice, like, dark, like, wash over the silver. It's like a gunmetal. The pincers here are really cool. They look good. The teeth look good. The mouth, again, looks good. I keep, you know, the tongue moves, so you can change it from that position. I'm not going to ball it right now because I don't have... You need to get in there, and the mouth doesn't open far enough from my finger to get in there, so I'm not going to bother. But the inside of the mouth looks pretty cool because, again, let's zoom in. You have that middle row of teeth, which is nice. So that is awesome. And then you got the King Ghidorah scaling, which has always been fascinating. I've talked about this on the channel before, but I always felt like, you know, this guy has been made from some King Ghidorah parts for sure. It's really, really nice. I love it. Love, love, love that gold. It looks beautiful all throughout, wherever it is. It is perfect. It looks really good. The rest of the tail, if you want to look at that, looks very nice at the tip. Again, you got that nice gunmetal there for focus. The gunmetal there looks great. And then the dorsal fins going upwards look pretty good on mine. I like that. You know, there's a little bit of greenage there, which is nice. It goes upwards. I like it. The wings look really, really cool. I love the paint going on here. Looks phenomenal. All the tips are nice. There's like a little pink in the tips. Very beautiful. Look at that sculpt. It is so detailed. Honestly, this is beautiful. Those wings look phenomenal. And the middle ones look really good too. In between, you have more of that beautiful gold. But man, those wings are absolutely gorgeous. Then we go down to the feet. Really nice little hook feet. Little talon feet. Again, in that gunmetal, looking beautiful. And then the legs have some awesome sculpt. Love it. Look at that detail. Stunning amount of detail, guys. Really, really nice. The textures are phenomenal. I love that hook hand. And I love how, you know, this gradiates up into this darker, like, it's like a dark green, charcoal gray mix. Like Eliza in that family. It's really good looking. Really, really nice. Love how all of this looks. Beautifully done. Neck looks good. Spikes along here look fantastic. Beautiful sculpt at the base of them. Just gorgeous stuff. Proportions are excellent, I gotta say. Like, one of, and wait, his buzzsaw looks really good too. Same as the rest, it's got that nice, like, paint, you know, nice shading. Really like it. Really like how he looks. Really like how he stands. It is beautifully Gigan-esque, without a doubt, the coolest, best Gigan 72 figure I have in my collection. This is just perfect, in my opinion. I really, really dig it. You know, even the little popping out, that's not a, you know, whatever. That is what it is. That's SH MONSTERARTS for you. It could be a lot worse. You've seen me do a lot worse. If that's all I have to deal with, that's fine. And I have dealt with nothing else. Everything has been pretty awesome. I love this figure. I think it's phenomenal. And for your size comparisons, first up here he is with the SH MONSTERARTS Godzilla 1991 and the NECA Godzilla 64. And look at how big Gigan is. He is on NECA scale, guys. I mean, I thought so when I saw him at NYCC, that him and the 72 just look tremendous. And check that out. He is on NECA scale. Is that bananas? Holy cow, that's crazy. I didn't expect him to be this big. But he's obviously way bigger than than Godzilla 91 here. That is crazy. Here it is with the SH MONSTERARTS Hedorah, and they're kind of in scale. Again, he looks really big, but this Hedorah is pretty big. And there is a movie monster series. This is like one of the Godzilla store exclusives, Gigan, so you can see he's bigger than that. Here it is with the other SH MONSTERARTS Gigan, as well as the D4L. Now, I didn't have the Revoltech handy, unfortunately, so do forgive me, but it's a lot bigger than the Revoltech for sure. I mean, here is a Gamma Revoltech just as a stand-in, and as you can see, yeah, it's gonna be way bigger than that. And last but not least, just to show it with two other current Godzilla figure lines, here it is with a Haya and a Super 7. Kinda sorta works with the Haya, but Haya feels like a little bit big. And my final thoughts, this figure is pretty phenomenal. Really good. One of SH MONSTERARTS' best, I think, overall. I mean, there is nothing wrong paint-wise here. Sculpt is excellent. The articulation is fine. A little bit tight. Not tight, but a little hard to move the elbows. You know, it's basically a single joint instead of a double joint, even though it's a double joint. So a little bit weird there the way they constructed that, but otherwise it's pretty good. You know, if you do have it and you don't know, the buzzsaw does move. Just got to free it up a little bit of heat, and mine got freed up, so that's pretty cool. The only issue I have, I'm not worried about the sales at all, as I've noted. I think that's might be a little bit overblown, you know, just based on the amount of clear figures I have and clear joints I've dealt with. Yeah, I've always heard the stories, but me personally, I don't have that much issue with them. You know, respect your figures and you should be okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't ham-fist anything and you'll be fine. Especially, you know, the more collectible. And this coming from me says a lot, because I as a reviewer, I'm constantly moving stuff around. But as long as you don't go crazy with that, you know, and respect the figure, respect the collectible, you should be okay. My only problem is, you know, the second to last joint pops out on me here. Otherwise, that's it, and I'm not even considering that as a problem. This is an excellent Gigan. It's huge, it's awesome. I can't wait to get Godzilla 72 to go with it. That figure looks phenomenal as well. And there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. I think this figure is well worth it. It's been out a little bit now, so if you check maybe around on Black Friday, maybe there'll be a deal, but it is still sort of new for the US market, so maybe not. But you know, like, check like Amazon price drops here and there if you want to save a little bit money. But it is a big figure and it feels awesome and it looks the part. I mean, you know, if price doesn't matter to you, then you have to get this figure if you are an SHMA Source collector and love Gigan and a Showa collector. This is the ultimate Gigan. It really is. And there you go, guys. That's my review now. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content and let me help you diversify your collection. Till next time, peace out, peeps.